All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. Some things might look a little bit different. No, Seal did not move out to California. That'd be cool.
He's back in Florida.
That's also not true. We might have a porn picture behind us. That's potentially true, but it's interpretive art. But no, we are in Las Vegas. So we are here together.
Yeah.
Is this our first pod together? Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess me and
it
Eddie
is.
have done one together, but this is the first pod for me and Seal together. And we're out here in Vegas. So Seal just got here, your first time. What do you think of the vibe?
I like the vibe right now. It's pretty much a ghost town so far. I mean, the parking garage seems packed. The airport was very barren, I'm guessing, to most days. But I love the vacancy or no vacancy, whichever the right term is for it to
Vacancy,
be
I
not
think,
many
is
people
right.
here.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving that vibe. Being able to go out tomorrow and not have to brush shoulders with everybody is a huge plus for me since I really don't like people that much.
For sure.
And but man, is it hot.
Did you see the smoke from the fire too, or was it already dark when you got here?
It was already dark. Yeah, no, the pilot told us that it was smoky
It's
down
bad,
on land.
dude.
And we
I
both
didn't see
looked confused at each other.
It's bad. So LA has a bunch of fires, and like northeast of LA is the entire state of California is pretty much on fire. And apparently it's blowing over into here because of some really crappy winds that we're having
We felt them.
here. So
Is there ever a year California doesn't set on fire?
no. So California's always on fire.
Okay.
It's just if it gets to Arizona or not. Or Nevada, wherever we are.
That's when people start caring.
I guess people in Las Vegas, that's when they start caring because Californians don't care. It was funny. I got here and I was wearing this hat and she was, we're not talking sports today, just so you know, but we will eventually. But I get here and she was like, "Hey, are you from California?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "You brought fire over here?" It's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I hear that stupid stuff all the time. And I'm like, I didn't set anything on fire. I'm not in jail, am I, for arson? No.
I would have been like, best believe you don't want this smoke, and just walked off.
Yeah,
But
so
the guy next to me he was asking first time to Vegas. You going to Vegas, guys? And we're like, yeah. What about you? He's like, no, I'm going back home to LA. I was like, oh, Galaxy or LAFC? He was like, I don't really care about soccer that much. I was like, all right, that's
pretty normal.
That's about the best answer you could give.
That's a normal answer. And since you brought up sports, I guess we'll start with the fact that El Tráfico went bad again. This game was a little different from the last couple games. If you guys can hear the stuff, we are right on the strip. Airport's right over there.
Yeah.
Coming right in, so you guys might hear planes. But anyways, it was different. We shot 17 times, and we were killing them for the first 60 minutes of the game. And then it looked like we just couldn't get a goal in. And then they scored the first goal, and it was literally like we were like, oh, well, all right, I guess we lost.
Yeah.
It was so stupid because our defense was bad all night, but the way that we've combated this, and we did this against San Jose, we haven't talked since the San Jose game. At least we looked great against San Jose. But we do this thing because LAFC is so talented in midfield and forward. Oh, and if you see a third person in here, that's Phil's girlfriend.
That's baby girl. Everybody finally meet baby girl.
She's back there in the back doing Vegas things. So what did I say? All right, so our defense is bad, but because we're so talented on midfield and forward, we just attack the entire time.
Yeah.
That's our strategy. If the defense is bad, don't let the defense
And
be in the
I
game.
really like that. And the thing I really didn't
So-
like about last night, if you're going to be attacking the whole time, you can't have Blessing as one of the most aggressive people on the pitch for LAFC right now. Be in the back. What was he, right back last night?
Back, yeah.
You can't have that happen because every single it doesn't matter who we're playing, whoever is on defense, we're only going to have two people back there by the time the ball is there.
Right.
And with Blessing up, that you maybe have one person and they're not going to be anywhere near able. What dude had 15, 20 seconds last night to get their ball, put it in the goal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he did.
it's ridiculous, but that kind of stuff, it really surprises me with Bob Bradley. I love Bob Bradley. He's a hell of a coach. But the little things like that, I don't really see the sense in that. Knowing Blessing, knowing the type of player he is, and he can't contain himself to stay back. He's going to be up there 90%
Well, that's not
of the
Blessing's fault. That's Bob Bradley's fault. And something that I want to liken it to is a lot more people like basketball that listen to our pod than soccer. I made a comment about Mike D'Antoni not making defensive adjustments, which he's done, and he's actually looked really good this playoffs. But that's the rub on him. That's the joke, and it could actually be the thing about but Mike Budenholzer now. It doesn't seem like he's making those adjustments, and we'll talk about basketball later. But just to get that analogy going, they're not making these coaching adjustments. That's what Bob Bradley's doing. Bob Bradley plays his style. Normally, he has the Walker Zimmerman, Lawrence Simon that we've had in the past to be able to save it when it's one-on-one in the back. And if we don't have that talent, Bob needs to understand, crap, I need to switch something up. I need to play a different way so that I can use the talent that we have. And what I would suggest doing, and I'm not in the practices, I don't know if they can do it. We have two really good left backs. Palacios is our starter right now. He does really good. I like Blackman now in the center. He's proven to me that he can make the move to center. El Munir, who comes in for Palacios, is a good left back. If one of those two could start at right back, we can then move Blessing up where he needs to be. Now, I don't know if they can. Left is very different from right. I know if you don't play soccer or watch soccer a lot, you're like, who cares? It's
What's
the same
the difference?
It's the same thing with a different foot, you know? But no, it's a different – the sideline's on the opposite side of you. It's a whole different mentality for because especially when you're a defender, you use the sideline a lot to your advantage. So if you're pushing somebody the wrong way, it could be a big switch. But if one of them have the ability to do that, I think that could be a good adjustment to just start with and see if we can get somewhere, because this defense is not getting anywhere.
Yeah, and it's really bad. And also, usually it's fine. We can get up 4 or 5 goals and then still won 4 or 5 to 3, 4. But we're not even able to get the ball in the back of the net right now, which is horrible. Rossi, that chip, man. It wasn't Rossi. It was
Wright Phillips.
Yeah, Wright Phillips. But that thing looked great. But that was really it's always flashes. It seems like this season we always have these flashes where it looks like, holy shit, that was almost amazing. Holy crap, we almost won that one. Right. Oh man, we almost didn't get blown out. But it's not what you come to expect for LAFC, and it's really piss poor.
Yeah, and I'm hoping I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm naming it on this podcast. So if I don't do it, you all you can scrub me up. Seal will be here ready to scrub me up. I'm putting money. We're going to be here Wednesday night for the game. I'm going to bet on LAFC. No, I'm not putting my beer. I'm putting my money, like I said. I'm putting real money, because we were in Las Vegas, on LAFC to beat Real Salt Lake on Wednesday. So, Bob.
But what if the odds are like plus 250 and you'll lose money? You still going to do it?
You won't lose money. You just don't make money. Oh. You just have to put down like 100 to win a quarter at that point. But or 10 to win a quarter, I guess, technically. Or 1 to win a quarter or something. Anyway,
I don't know how that stuff works.
I think it's 10 to win a quarter on that. But anyways, I will put money, and we better not be minus 250. Hold on. Let's check. Let's see what we would be as of right now. We're not checking Vegas. We're just checking scores.
But they need to figure something out quick. I just feel like they're kind of trying to plug the holes in the ship. Don't let it sink until Iniesta gets back. And I don't even know if I said Atuesta comes back, and then
Iniesta is also a great soccer player, but not for us.
And
they don't have the odds out yet.
But when we get Atuesta back, it should help out a hell of a lot. But it seems like every game there's more holes than just him coming back. When he comes back, what else is it going to be, it seems like right now?
Well, Atuesta masks a lot of those holes. And that's great. And we talk about Vela all the time because Vela is the MVP. He's the best player in the MLS right now. But he's an offensive-minded guy. Atuesta is a defensive-minded guy. He is the point guard, so to speak. He's going to be the guy that sets everything up, and he actually plays defense more than offense because he wants to get it and he wants to be the point guard with the field in front of him. Vela is pushing up to try to score. So that's why I say right now, at least, Atuesta is more valuable to us. We need to get him to fix these things and really we need to – the front office needs to step up. I mean, Bob Bradley needs a change, but the front office – we sadly lost Zio. We need to use that money. We need to find a defender that can do something. And I would love a big veteran center back that could be the Walker Zimmerman. But like I said, I like what Blackman has done. If we can sign a right back so that we can actually move Blessing up, Janela can come out, and we can have our normal offense that we're used to, as well as a defense that we can be proud of. I think the front office is letting us down right now. So
For sure. Absolutely. But is there any hopes that we don't make the playoffs this year, do you think?
no, everybody makes playoffs. This is a participation. Not everybody, not literally everybody, but 10 teams in the East
10?
and 8 in the West make it.
Why does the East get more? They said
Because they have more. No. So, all right. So we had an even number. Anybody that wants to hate on soccer, you're tuning in right now because it's about to get bad. We had an even number in both things. We start this MLS's back tournament, right?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, MLS was like, we think Nashville should be in the East, which they should. Granted, Nashville is an Eastern city. But they just like, all right, Nashville's in the East for the rest of the season. So now the East has 2 more teams than the West.
Oh, because the other team had to drop out.
No. That was just from the MLS's back tournament.
Okay.
But now for the rest of the season, Nashville's in the East. So even though DC United has come back and all that, now there's just 2 extra teams in the East because West lost one, East then gained one. So now they're having 2 more people make the playoffs as well. It's just like – it's a shit show, and I don't understand why. But
just put the sticker on the other sticker that they put over the word.
Yeah, but there's really no chance we miss the playoffs unless we lose out or do something ridiculous. But
it's looking bad right now.
I mean, if we just keep playing San Jose, we'll be all right.
That'd be great.
So
that would absolutely be great. But I mean, can't get done against Galaxy. Can't look like shit against the Sounders. It's bad.
Yeah, we're bad against playoff teams, but we're gonna play enough of bad teams. I think we'll work it out. And eventually Otto Estendale is going to come back. And I can't assume we'll lose all these games. But I'm sick and tired of talking about the bad LAFC. Hopefully next week we'll have more games that are good to talk about. But you missed some basketball today.
I did. I missed all of basketball today.
Because he was flying, not because he's a bad sports fan. But we had some okay games. One was just crap. But Charles Barkley got himself a guarantee. He guaranteed that the Celtics were going to win Game 5. So he finally got one that was right. Championship Chuck made his name, made his team proud, made himself proud of it.
Which kind of – I like the Raptors. I hate the Celtics. But you got to shout out the Celtics right now, man. Them 2 young studs they have are just growing into amazingness. And it seems like – I hope that's the path for a lot of these young cats. That it only takes 2-3 years. We don't have these Bazemores that you think are going to be good, and then 4 years later, you're like, okay, he reached the ceiling 2 years ago. And it's just so – I like the Jaylen Browns, the Jason Tatums and stuff like that, but I don't like them being on the same team and being in green.
Well, I mean, what do you have to say now about Danny Ainge making that trade for the Markelle Fultz so that he could get Jason Tatum all the way down at 3? He had the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what, I don't want the number 1 pick, which was clearly Markelle Fultz. So Philly didn't do anything wrong by picking him. But how smart was Ainge to know, you know what, I think there's something more here with Jason Tatum. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Danny Ainge has proven time and time again that he's a freaking man among boys when it comes to the GM stuff.
Sadly, he has no player loyalty whatsoever, and that's his only knock that we've been able to see. But he makes the right trades every time. He makes the right draft picks. It's just that he does it without any player loyalty in mind whatsoever. He's going to do what's right for very, very Bill Belichickian as well. So it's kind of weird that they're up in Boston. But
I like it.
Yeah, it's good for the business. I mean, that's the choice you got to make.
I don't like that they got Kyrie, but I'm glad that he's. I played Brooklyn today
on 2K. Okay.
Yeah. Guess who didn't play?
Kyrie.
He's hurt.
What?
I don't know if he's hurt or not, but yeah, he wasn't in the fucking lineup. I died, bro.
He probably is.
When he came, I died, bro. That's
awesome. Yeah, so we got 2K21. We'll talk sports a little bit more about that. We got 2K21. What are your initial impressions? You're not a pre-order kind of guy. You like to go through the bugs. Yeah. But what are your first impressions on 21?
I'm not down. I'm thankful that I'm not a point guard this year because I'm not really down with the stick work So my favorite thing to do, crossover behind the back.
Okay.
Now it's crossover, stupid harden, gather back,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
the
try to
size
dribble
up
again.
thing.
Yeah,
Size
because
up
I'm a
is
small forward now and I'm a shooting playmaker. So I can't dribble that much, even though I'm a shooting playmaker. My handles are like a 75. So that step back thing really just screws me over every single time. So
Well, it kind of sucks because I am a point guard, but I'm a slashing point guard. So my size up does nothing
yeah,
because it's a perfect size up. I create like 10 feet and then I just brick the shot because I'm supposed to be going to the basket, not stepping back.
yeah. I probably
But-
wouldn't have minded it last year, but just because the behind the legs dribble and then just take off was
You
always
have to
my
do like a
go-to.
rotate now to do behind the.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
can still do it?
You can still do it, but you have to rotate the right stick.
That's so stupid.
Very
But yeah,
tough.
I don't like the stick work this year. And in the first episode video, they had that guy.
Mike Wang
Yes. The guy almost was very bad there.
almost getting racist. I know.
No,
you're-
no.
Okay.
I was going
well,
to explain who he was in the ways I could. But he was breaking it down. He was excited. We got a whole new gameplay this year. Like, yeah, thanks a lot, bro. You messed it up for me. But I'm a small forward this year. The plan was to be a 3-and-D guy, but there's no defense really.
There's really
in
not a 3-and-D. Like,
yeah,
there's
and
not
the,
a
the
thing.
3 is like a 79. So I went with the 85 shot.
Yeah, they took away the 3-and-D, it looks like. And I think the reason they did it is because of the stupid big men
Yeah.
that were exploiting it by being defensive big men and able to shoot a 3. So I'm happy that that's out of the game.
Oh, for
But
sure.
it messed up the other actual 3-and-D people. So
Especially the one year that I was down to go and do that, it really screwed me over. But
that's true.
overall, it's fine. I'm excited with it. I'm excited to see what they do when the NBA draft finally comes and how they
Yeah,
plug
that's gonna
that
be
in.
odd because I went through the prelude, still got fucked up by the game, but I went through the prelude and there was a draft class. All I assume computer generated because there weren't names that I know. How's that gonna work? Which I'm not asking you because we don't know.
Yeah.
But whenever the draft class does actually come out and they have to do it, I wonder if
Well,
that'll just be the next draft.
I can tell you since I fucked up and didn't get to do the prelude and wanted to go to the neighborhood to try to fix my shot around, and it didn't warn me that you're skipping the prelude if you go to the neighborhood. I went through my first game and I was averaging like 4 points a game, and I was leading all rookies in points per game. So I'm just assuming that I'm the only fucking rookie right now since I don't have Hobbs or Bobs or whatever dude's name
Hendricks
is.
Cobb.
Cobb.
Hobbs is pretty good.
But
No,
so
I'm averaging like 16 points a game, and I'm 5th in the league.
I think
in
I'm up.
rookies.
I think I'm up to 13 right now.
So,
Has
but
it
I
been a
just
hot
dropped
start for the old
64,
Silky
so-
Smooth? It's not
I just
too
dropped
smooth.
64 earlier today. The Vegas luck is with me. I didn't check my
So
stats
you
after
gonna
that.
go downstairs with me after this?
Probably.
Let's go.
I'll blow on the dice.
I don't play craps, bitch. You're blowing on your own dice. I don't play craps. I blackjack and roulette just loves to take my money. I don't know why I play it.
Yeah, roulette's just a guessing game for anyways. But so anyways, the other game was good. We had the Clippers and the Nuggets.
We what?
We had the Clippers and the Nuggets? You know what that means? This is
It's
the first
basket
time
time.
we've had to talk about it. All right, so we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I said I'm done doing the Clippers and the Nuggets bit
because we weren't going to be able to do
because
it.
it's not going to happen because the Nuggets were going to lose,
They were down 3-1.
and they came back from 3-1 and they won. So Manscaped is here to slap me in the face and tell me. Don't slap me in the face with this. And tell me that we did have a matchup with the Clippers and the Nuggets. So Manscaped were right. They know what's up. And they are here to help when that matchup happens for you.
For sure. So right now, for 40% off now.
Just because there's the Clippers and the Nuggets, still will cover your other 20%.
I will match there. No.
We're not going to do that. We don't have the money yet. Maybe
But
after
no,
this.
it is absolutely amazing that the Clippers and Nuggets were able to meet in the playoffs just because of where the Nuggets were, and it looked like they weren't going to be able to do anything. Remind me to talk about Jamal Murray when we're done with this. But yeah, it's amazing that we're able to see it. I was able to see it just the other day. We're coming to Vegas. We got to get fresh.
You
It's
had to
been-
have that matchup.
Dude,
huh?
it's been a very long time. It's been a long time. But you know what usually happens when it's been a long time? Wow, you getting the little bumps. It
Yeah.
hurt. Boy,
Shaving the first
We
time
good.
after a long time
yes,
is a bad
it's
thing.
the worst. Not with these clippers. Not with the lawnmower 3.0, bro. We're good to go. I don't know if it's the little. I just touched you.
You touched my shit.
I don't know if it's the plastic guard or what it is
It's
that
washed.
makes it.
You find a hair on that bitch.
But yeah, I didn't. I mean,
Yeah.
there's always, of course, there's a little bit of stubble and bumpage, but nothing like any time I've ever cleaned up after a while of not.
See, I washed this, which proves that it is waterproof
I hope so.
because it still works. Well, the light still comes on. It's not.
Ooh.
buzzing.
Oh. I thought you was about to get your sideburns.
No, it doesn't. Anyways, it's supposed to be waterproof.
Are you serious?
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's not waterproof like they say. It's probably just dead. I don't know. But if it is dead, it comes with this little charging thing. So, well, if it doesn't work, Manscaped, we want our money back. But
Hopefully they're coming out with a lot more 4.0.
so we'll just assume that if the light comes on, that means it's going to work at some point. But anyways, it's supposed to be waterproof.
Maybe you need to clean the head.
I clean the head every morning. But it comes in this cool bag, which is not broken. The bag is great. It's the Manscaped bag. It's the leather bag that we told you about. The seal tried to catch on fire, and it doesn't because it is real leather. I'm gonna let seal keep going. I'm gonna plug this thing in and hope that it's just dead, so we can prove that Manscaped is good.
They also got this
Before the
Super
end of this
Shears
pod.
2.0 that don't have a battery in them. Thank goodness.
I'm actually gonna plug this thing in and see if we can fix it.
And the
Before the
Super
end of the
Shears
pod.
is the best. The Super Shears 2.0 is absolutely the best nail kit. I'm just saying that
Well,
because they told me to because I haven't tried it yet.
We're
But-
slightly less inclined to talk about Manscaped while this thing doesn't work.
And just being in Vegas right now, but no, the products are absolutely amazing. Like for sure, I almost said the crop duster. The crop preserve is awesome. The crop mops are amazing. I'm just trying to stall and hope this thing works.
Well, I'm not gonna do it right now. We're gonna just check it before the end of the podcast
Oh, okay.
and see if it's working.
If you guys do decide to go in to manscaped.com and buy the Perfect Package 3.0 and the Super Shears 2.0 kit, Super Shears Kit 2.0, don't forget when you're at checkout to use code No Scrubs. That's promo code No Scrubs. All
That's
one
gonna
word
work until we
at
send in our
checkout.
complaint about the Lawnmower 3.0.
Yeah, until they sell us to send in a cut of our latest read and they see us just blasting, dying, laughing.
Hey, they told us to show the products on the podcast, so that's on them if it doesn't work.
Exactly.
But you can still go, like he said, use No Scrubs and get 20% off and free shipping.
And the crop preserve does
Manscaped.com.
work. It will not malfunction. That stuff
The
really
wipes,
does work.
the wipes really do work. Everything that doesn't have a battery in it, and that thing's worked. I've used it very, very much, so it probably is dead. Hopefully, it's just dead. It also traveled in 115 degree
The Sahara
heat
Desert.
through
Yeah,
the Mojave Desert, not
Oh,
the Sahara Desert.
that one.
I enjoyed through Africa, and to get here. So maybe
Good
it's just a
song.
little temperamental. It's a little hot right now. So
It's very hot. It's like 98 degrees
no, I
out
meant
right now.
it's really hot right now.
Oh.
It's just a little heated. But anyways, do that. Go to manscaped.com. Use the code. Get us back in their good graces, because if we do have to show them our feed, we'll just have to make up a new one
for sure.
and send it to them.
I think that was the best feed yet, though.
It was the most authentic. All right, so talk about Jamal Murray.
Yeah, man. So I obviously, as stated, didn't get to watch the game, but I saw the last pivotal play of the game, the Jamal Murray attempt of a dunk over Kawhi, and Kawhi literally stopped it with this
Yeah.
finger. It
And
was
that's going to
crazy.
be a poster now.
And he didn't break it, and he didn't smack, like, for his bone not to break
He
or
has
bend
the
backwards.
strongest hands, man.
He's the claw. But I was telling Travis, I would ride for Jamal Murray to death. I don't care if it was 4 a.m. and he called me and there's gunfire and he says he needs me. I'm coming, because did you see him in that lane?
Yeah.
1,000% going to hit this over Kawhi. No doubt,
And he did it a couple times before. In
no
the game, which
regret,
was pretty
just ready. Oh man, he was. I will run through a brick wall for Jamal
Well,
Murray.
that was such a game, and I'm sad that you had to miss it because it was the epitome. Because game 1 was all Kawhi and Paul George doing their thing. Game 2 was all Murray and Jokic. Game 3 was both of them. Was all 4 of them. Murray was a little bit less. I think he shot like 5 for 17, which kind of sucked. But Jokic was killing it. Paul George was actually killing it. I think he finished with like 31 points.
Damn.
And it was just the best of both worlds. And that's what we thought this matchup would be like, is which duo was going to be the best duo. And so far it's proven true. But this game was close because it had to be which duo was really best. And Kawhi came up big when it mattered most.
And thank goodness, because if it came into Paul George's hands right now, I mean, this series he's finally showing up and stuff. But if Kawhi starts down, he's shown he's not afraid to dip.
Yeah.
He'll dip, you dip, we dip, she dip. I mean, he's not afraid to go. But where else is he going to go? Across the aisle.
Head to the other LA team.
Right across the aisle. He wants to be in LA.
The other locker room.
He's going to be in LA, so he'll just go right across the hall.
No, what he'd do is he'd get Paul George out of there is what he'd do.
You think?
I think he's going to be in the clips. He's going to say, oh, well, I guess Paul George was the wrong call. Let me figure out who else needs to be here. And then he'll get Devin Booker.
Get Giannis.
What if Kawhi told Giannis, because we have heard rumors that Giannis is willing to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas we thought probably a month ago that he was dead. He's the Bucks, man. He loves the Bucks. But rumors out of the bubble are that he's willing to go. And there's rumored places, and LA is not one of them. But if Kawhi told Giannis, hey, we can get you that max here. Don't worry, I'm getting rid of Paul George. Do you think that's something he'd think about?
Absolutely. Especially being in a small-ass market like Milwaukee. And just the potential. Like, he's doing Hulu Has Live Sports commercials and, like, yogurt commercials
so is
right
Damian
now.
Lillard.
He's in Portland.
And Joel Embiid.
Exactly. And he's in Philly. Go to LA and he'll be doing everything. He'll be doing absolutely
Kawhi
everything.
doesn't do everything. What does Kawhi have? Like a chocolate milk commercial? What does he have?
Kawhi barely had a fucking press conference.
That's true. Yeah. So, anyways, I think they'll win. I think the Clippers will win this, and then it's just a matter of the LA teams, just like we always thought. But Houston is actually putting a little bit of a dent in that, and it's due to what I said that we would talk about, which I don't like talking about. Mike D'Antoni actually did good coach things.
He did.
He's stepping up. Russell Westbrook let him down in game 2, but the adjustments that D'Antoni made brought them back. They were down 18, 20 points in that game and came back, still lost, but came back and made it a real game before Russell Westbrook decided that he doesn't know how to play basketball. And that's what he said in his postgame comments. Did you hear his postgame comments?
No.
He said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running around in circles. I need to watch game film and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, my God.
So he basically admitted he didn't understand how to play in D'Antoni's system. So
and it shows. I mean,
yeah.
Russ, who always looks like that yard baller who got lucky and somehow he's in the league. I mean, he comes out smashing triple doubles in the whole season.
Right.
But if you just look at him play for 4 minutes and then change the channel, you're like, damn, the neighborhood star made it.
Yeah.
He just plays with that
Gilbert Arenas
schoolball mentality, but it's not working. He's trying. I don't know. It was a layup the other day that he went and it hit the bottom of the backboard, and I'm like, I don't understand what he's doing. I don't think he understands what he's doing. And obviously, he doesn't. He stated that.
Well, that's the thing. This is the first time he's really had a system, because when he had Scott Brooks, it was KD does something one play, you do something another play. Then after KD leaves, it's all Russ. So, Russ, you literally do the playground game. You do exactly what you would do on a playground. Now he actually has to fit into a system, and he's proving that maybe UCLA didn't teach him exactly how to play in a system.
Oh, for sure. Definitely that. But I am liking that we saw last year in the playoffs with the Rockets, with Chris Paul there, they get stagnant. They just watch Harden. That's not going on too much a lot this year, and I like the fact that it's Russ that's able to come off in pressure. Because whenever they were past the CP, it's kind of like the reset. There's no resetting when you're passing it to Russ. So that I feel like if he's able to hit his shots, hit 38%, hit 45% of all your shots, they have a chance to take it to 7 against the Lakers. It's sucks to say, but it really is all up to Russ and his efficiency in this one.
Harden is there. Harden's doing his thing. Anthony Davis is doing his thing. LeBron is still hitting his head on the rim.
Taco could be the fastest person on earth and have the best strength, and he still would not be able to keep AD under 20 points.
No, AD is unbelievable. And we have said it. Every pundit has said it. Every media head, everybody everywhere has said, when is he going to realize that he needs to play his strengths? And I think we're starting to realize his strengths are everywhere.
Yeah.
He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. And I think the media and everyone else is trying to fit him into, dude, you're better as a center. You're better as a center. But he's saying, dude, I could be a point guard if I want to. Yeah. I don't care. I can do whatever I want.
He's also finally getting to the point of that confidence. I feel like he has always said that he could play point guard. Whenever you'd see his interviews coming out of Kentucky, he would always try to joke around with Calipari and stuff and practice stuff out running point, and he never really got to. So I just maybe in his mental, his job isn't to do that anymore, even though that's what he did until he freaking shot up like a cannon and became 8.5 feet tall. So he just kind of went to what he was supposed to do. And Frank Vogel's a hell of a coach, and now he has LeBron telling him, bro, you're a fucking beast. Do what you do. Do what you do.
LeBron likes to take the plays off, which we know. And when he does that, he's going to give AD the ball.
That alley-oop, he did not take off, bro.
No,
he took off.
Some plays off.
But that alley-oop, gosh.
But AD's able to cover that. You know, like if LeBron had to take a play off and rely on Alex Caruso and KCP and Kyle Kuzma, it's a little bit more dangerous. But having Anthony Davis out there, it's
I feel
a perfect fit.
This is the first time he's having that green light to utilize every aspect of his game, and it's encouraged to do so. So now we're seeing what the roof of the ceiling could be for
the ceiling
AD.
Is the roof seal. And it's crazy how
look,
we got refill service. UCF.
Go Knights.
Go Knights.
Oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna marry her. I'm about to cry.
Mine was gone. I appreciate it.
You
very much.
You could see your lips were dry.
She shook it. She tricked me.
That's $150 fee for that spot on the carpet.
Nah, they got to be used to alcohol. If they do an alcohol fee, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, yeah, so it stinks I didn't get to watch that game, but it was awesome. What I'm really looking forward to, honestly, is to see what happens. It's going to be the Lakers and Clippers, right?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, if you guys can't hear him. That's what I'm really looking forward to see is what the hell AD's going to be able to do against all them bodies coming at him. Paul George, Kawhi, Trez, who got embarrassed tonight. Yeah. Shout out Trez, 6th man of the year. I like Lou Williams coming in and handing him the trophy during practice. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
But he's going to have a plethora of bodies thrown at him, and they're all going to be fairly fresh when they're on him. Marcus Morris is another one that can come out and guard him.
Well, how do you think AD compares to Nikola Jokic? Because Jokic handled that bitch. He handled his business tonight. He's getting the same guys thrown at him. And he's handling it. Now, it's a little different game. Jokic just stands at the top of the key and makes the perfect pass. But how do you think they would compare in that sense? Because Jokic, I know you couldn't watch, but he handled it. He handled all three of them. They all had 2 fouls by halftime. Like, he was taking care of business.
Well, I think the thing with Nicole is he's great at his game. His game's one-dimensional, but you can't stop it. You can't stop it.
Can't stop it.
Until you can. There's going to be a day when it's going to be stopped, and they're going to have more than just Jamal Murray to be able to kind of pick them up. There is going to be a day where it's not – somebody's going to figure it out. There's going to be a person that comes into the NBA who's going to be the Joker stopper. And when that day comes, what are they going to do if they're matched up with them in the series? They're going to lose to them every year. So, but the thing with AD, if that happens, okay, then I'll go to my post game until you get somebody to stop me with my post game, and okay, then I'm going to face up and this guy is only 6'7". So guess what? I'm gonna pop it over you all day long. Okay, now you're gonna bring a 7-footer on me. All right, cool. Let me back up. Let me get my dribbles going. Bam, let me flash by you. AD can literally do anything, and it's crazy that we're just now seeing that. The potential's always been there. I mean, when he would get it out on the wing and he'd do his little breakdowns and stuff, it's always been there, but it's short. Yeah. This is just a huge sample size of what we're going to be seeing for the next 10, 15 years.
And props to Frank Vogel for taking all the shit that they gave him as saying, like, you're not the true head coach. Jason Kidd is going to be the real head coach.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And Frank Vogel didn't hear any of that noise. He was just like, you know what? I got a job to do. I'm going to go do it. And he did it. I don't like the Lakers. I don't want the Lakers to win. But these guys are rolling and doing exactly what – if you're a true basketball fan, it's what you want to watch, and it's what's
for sure.
What's good to watch.
To have LeBron and for LeBron to be a lover of the game so much, there's no way he's not trying to put his brain into AD's head. He's giving him everything that he knows, every tool that he has. I feel like LeBron does that with every player. Everybody really likes playing with LeBron because he's a second coach. But more so with AD, seeing what his
they don't like off
is.
Seasons with LeBron, but they like playing the actual 48 minutes.
For sure. But yeah, so I just feel like with AD, he's going to be absolutely amazing because of this added time with LeBron and having the freedom to do whatever he wants and regain the confidence that he had when he was just a wee little 6'3" point guard.
Definitely. It's exciting to watch, man. And basketball has been exciting. I'm excited to watch it with you here on Sunday, not on Sunday when we record again.
We got it all, baby.
We're gonna have real things to talk about because we'll be able to bounce the ideas off of each other in the middle of the game, which we used to do back in high school and college, and now we'll get to do that again, which is really cool. But before we get out of here, because we do want to hit the stage down on the, I know it's 24 hours, it's not like a rush, but we do have some shout outs from some other sports that we want to get to. And before we jump on football, because we have a few pretty good football shout outs, I want to shout out Dustin Johnson, the golfer. He locked up with this tournament. He locked up the FedEx Cup, so he won $15 million. Nice. Basically, that's their Super Bowl. But it's a season-long – it's more like their NASCAR championship, I guess. I know that didn't help with our fans at all. But it's a season-long tournament where they collect points, and he won it. He locked it up. They still have more tournaments to go, but he can't be passed now. So shout out to him. He's my favorite golfer, and he comes up small a lot of times, and he gets shit-talked a lot of times because he'll have the lead on Sunday and lose it. But he's the most consistent golfer, and that's why he wins season-long awards. And if you're a golfer, that's what you're going for. I mean, yeah, there's purses in each tournament, but there's this $15 million purse. It's just right. Hey, you're the best golfer in the season. So
if you could pick up a top 50 every time and get a $40,000 check every one of these tournaments, getting your top 50 just to get a $15 million check.
Yeah.
That's a nice year. But how about that, what was it, a 60, 70-foot putt with like –
that John Rahm had to beat him?
4 breaks in the putt. DJ. Oh, my. That putt was nasty. It was like going this way, and then it cut this way, and then it came back. Oh, man.
He's definitely the best consistent golfer, and it's really exciting to watch. So
I would like to see a younger Tiger in today's golf because back then
the pre-scandal Tiger when he was actually had a back and was good.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Would he still go off and do the things
I think so.
He did.
I mean, he always had kind of an iffy short game. That's a story for another day or a question for another day. But because Tiger was, when he was the best, he was in the age when nobody else could hit it as far as him.
Yeah.
Except John Daly, and John Daly couldn't do anything after doing that because he would probably pass out from drinking alcohol. But Tiger was good enough at the short game to be fine because he would have a free stroke on everybody else because he hit it 100 yards further. So that is a good question because DJ hits it far, Koepka hits it far, John Rahm hits it far.
Who's that one kid who came in with 40 pounds more? Like 40 pounds
Koepka?
more? No.
Oh,
he's not a big guy. Like known guy. I see his face right now. But yeah, he put on some weight and he's driving the ball far as shit.
So what kind of shout-outs do you guys have?
I want to shout out the Jaguars. We're going 16-0. No, I'm kidding.
So they
that was
did
a
a
complete
ESPN
joke.
did like a simulation. Did you see it?
No.
They did this. They used that the Stat Geek nerd site, the 501, 531, whatever the hell it's called. I use it all the time. I just don't know what it's called. 538? Yeah, something. And they did this simulation of like 10,000 seasons, and the Jags got the number one pick out of like all 10,000. So they had the worst record over like 10,000 seasons of this exact season, but 10,000 simulations of this season. They averaged having the number one pick.
All right. So even the computers don't know what they're talking about because that's obviously asinine because we're going to win at least 10 games this year. Nah, that's a joke, especially since we released both of our backup quarterbacks and put one of them on the practice squad.
Well, you
Mike
had that
Glennon.
Rocco guy, right, that you drafted, whatever?
Rocco.
It's his last name, I think. It's the quarter you drafted.
Oh, we
like
did draft a 6th round
And,
quarterback.
that
Yeah,
guy.
I don't know if he's
Yeah,
no
him.
from what I knew, we had Minshew, Dobbs, Glennon. Glennon was going to be our backup, and then we released Minshew or Glennon and Dobbs.
Right.
But Glennon is on our practice squad now. 39 years old on the practice squad. So this is going to lead into my real shout out. Shit. Josh McCown.
Come on.
I was trying to remember his last name for a second. Dude, so I'm on my 3rd beer at the hotel. I had 2 Jack Daniels on the plane. I had to chug 2 Stellas before I got on the plane because I didn't know I could have.
You ran out of time?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm great right now. But Josh McCown, in a league that is known for not for long, is 41 years old going into his 39th season in the league on a practice squad.
Could that just be kind of a QB room move, though? Because I feel like Fitzpatrick is going to do that same thing, where he's so good in the QB room that teams are just going to keep him around and around and around just so he's a QB coach that's not getting paid to be a QB coach.
1,000%. And he is the emergency backup as well.
Right.
But when has that ever really been needed?
And if that's needed, your season's in the tank anyway, so it doesn't matter who the backup is.
For sure. But shout out to him for always finding a way to stay in the league, albeit it's a practice squad gig.
Hey, he's cashing them checks. And
his wife's glaring at him like, "Go, you love me, huh? You really love being with me? Why practice squad? You're not done yet, Josh."
I want to shout out to a few UCF Knights, and I'm doing this off of complete memory, and this is beer memory. So if I miss anyone, Knights fans, don't come at me. Eddie, I know you know more than I do. Like I said, I've had a few beers, so don't worry. But Adrian Killens made that same practice squad that Josh McCown made, the Eagles, right? And so he's there. And the big shout out is one, Gabe Davis, who continues, and he's getting drafted in a few fantasy football leagues. Like
so non-UCF
fan fantasy football leagues. Now it's a deeper league. He's a wide receiver 4, I believe, for the Bills, but there's usually or oftentimes 3 wide receivers on the field. So wide receiver 4 is not out of the realm of possibility to get real playing time. And the fact that he has a percentage of being drafted in fantasy football leagues, like a healthy, like over 50% leagues have drafted, that means real people are taking notice, and that's big for UCF. And then the big one is Tristan Hill, our defensive lineman that changed the 2018 AAC championship game, that made us get to the bowl that we got to, which is really huge. He got named a starter for the Dallas Cowboys.
He made Joe Burrow.
No. That's a different guy.
The year before.
Yeah. Well, no, this was the AAC championship game in 2018.
And then we lost to Joe Burrow. So technically he made it.
That was 2019, right? Oh, no, yeah. So then we lost. But, no, he changed that game. They got us to the Fiesta Bowl. Yeah. But he got named a starter by the Dallas Cowboys, which is awesome. So very cool. UCF continuing to get big things done. So shout out to them as well.
And shout out to them for being pretty high up in the rankings. I mean, there's 2 conferences that aren't able to be ranked now. They're not ranking them anymore.
Right.
Or even in the one that did have the Big Ten and the Pac-12 had them at like 18, 19, but I recently saw them as high as 15.
Well, one thing that's even cool alongside of that is that 538. I'm pretty sure it's 538. That same projections website did a projections of all the teams, and they have UCF having a 27% chance to make the playoffs this year.
Really?
27% chance to make the playoffs.
That's pretty exciting. But the thing
So-
that stinks about that, if that website calculation machine is right,
Then you guys are gonna suck.
yeah, buddy.
It's
But I will take it.
it's
I'll
right
take
more
it.
often than it's wrong, but obviously it has things that it's wrong about all the time because that's
Human
why they
error.
play the games. Isn't that Herm Edwards? Whoever says that.
You play to win the game.
So yeah, you have to play. But what other shout outs do we have?
I don't think I really have anything.
I was gonna ask you a Jags question, but I was waiting because it wasn't a shout out, and we were in the middle of shout outs.
We're screwed, dude. We're absolutely screwed.
No.
Raquel Armstead is back on the COVID list, and it came out today that he will be out for an extended period of time, whatever that means.
It was about Devontae Freeman. What do you think about
No.
interviewing him? You don't want him?
No.
Why not?
He'll
Who's
be
your
like-
running back? Nobody?
No.
You just gonna spread
No,
offense?
we do have this. We do have some kid
Bring Fred
who's
Taylor back?
who's shocking. He was in, I think, FCS school last year. He had like 1,500 yards or something. He's going to come out and he's making noise in training camp. But I have no idea what's going on right now. But 3-4 years ago, hell yes, I'll take Devontae Freeman. But other than Dalvin Cook, I don't want an FSU running back for one. He's just fragile. He'll maybe be with us for 4 or 5 weeks, I feel like. And if he has to take Leonard Fournette's spot, he's going to get crushed on one of the screens like Fournette did all the time. And he's not going to pop right up and giggle like Fournette did all the time. So, no, we are interested. There has been speculation that we are looking into him, but I'm perfectly fine on that. More
All right.
bad news.
Well, we have an update because I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark. The waterproof 3.0 works.
What?
So it was just dead.
Okay.
It works totally fine if you can hear the vibrations in the mic. It was just dead. It's totally
Thank
fine.
goodness you can't see my hair because I was going to do
Well,
it.
no, I'm not going to shave you with my pube brush, but
Good call.
but anyways, it works. It was just dead. So go to manscaped.com, throw no scrubs in there, all one word, get your 20% off and free shipping, and get a razor that works if you charge it, because I don't, clearly.
And if you don't, your balls are going to be real scrubby. Actually, they'd be studly.
They would be stubbly, I guess.
Yes,
But anyways, be like manscaped.com. Get products that works. Use these products that works. And as always, be a stud, not a scrub.